This is an inkjet device. As you all know, you have plenty of inkjet machines in-house. This machine is completely different technology than these guys, where these have print heads and inks moving back and forth to print out your documents. Very slow process. This is extremely high-speed device. Okay, it prints at 14 copies a minute. Okay, so you can queue up a bunch of prints, send them over. Now, the unique thing about it is it's only a 4-ink system, okay? So it's not a photographic printer. So you're not going to get the quality like these guys over here. But for down and dirty prints, 80% of probably your work, you can send it here. As you can see, the quality of these prints, they look pretty good. So this also is equipped with scanning capabilities. So you can scan wide format documents to a digital file. And I think you have it set up on a network folder. Mm-hmm. And I'll go through that process with you real quick. This also has 4 rolls, so 4 roll capabilities, 40 inches wide by any length, down to an 8.5 by 11. So if you could put different size materials on there, different products, canvas, photographic paper, 24-pound bond, whatever you're using. I think you're using 32?
36.
36? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can queue up that. You can let it print all day. Very high rate of speed, and you'll see when this thing starts to print, it's pretty impressive when you see these color prints coming out. Everything's done by the touchpad. There's a couple soft keys on here: print, scan, and job queue. Job queue is everything that you're printing. It'll reside in the queue for you. So mainly you're going to be using the scan button. So if I happen to hit the scan, I'm going to select network folder. And there's a couple of options here, depending on what the original looks like. So this is the original. I'm going to go ahead and select color file, which would be either a JPEG or a PDF, and you could select different DPI. So I'll go ahead and select 300 DPI, select done. It's going to tell you insert the original. It's face up feed the scan. Okay. Give it a little push. Scanner will take it. It'll take it through the machine, and it'll end up inside the machine, kind of stuck inside the machine. And all you have to do is tell it finish or release. Okay, and it'll tell you everything here on the screen. Once it processes it, I'll go ahead and say either finish or release. But if I hit finish, it'll be done. Go back to the home screen, hit this release button, and it falls right outside the machine for you. Okay. Now that digital file is in the network folder location.
It's Sala_temp.
Clear and jams, very simple. This is the scanner. Anything you see in blue on the machine is where you'd access a panel or do something to it. Okay. So if I hit this lever, the scanner pops up to you, and then you just clear your original out. Okay. Anytime you see poor quality on the scan, so you scan this in. You get to the network, you pull it up, and you see like some marks on there, some black lines. Typically, this is going to need cleaned. There's some lenses and some rollers in here. A little bit of Windex on a rag, clean it off, and then you should be good to go. Depending on what you're scanning, some people use whiteout, some tape, some adhesive will get on there at times. Just wipe that off once a week, once a month.
We will also have a carrier sheet available if you're using anything that could muck up the scanner, so charcoal drawings, or if you're doing a drawing on tracing paper and you're worried that it'll tear, you can put it between these 2 clear sheets and then feed it through that way. So that's on its way.
Okay, when you shut this down, lock it into place. Adding paper, very simple. There's a process to this, and if you do it wrong, you're going to have a little error message that you'd have to reset the machine. So the blue levers are first. Unlock them. Back out the paper. You can actually spread those apart. And for heavier rolls, you can actually set it here. It's not going to roll. So this would be a new roll. Put this in. Lock the levers. Feed it up inside the machine. Takes it so far, it stops, it sets it. In the event that it's a new roll and you wanted to clear like a fresh edge, there's a little number 1 and number 2 here for scissors. Press the number 1 button, it clears off the edge for you. The longer I hold that button, the more paper it's going to feed. So if you were trying to get a long edge out of it, just keep holding it, it'll cut it. Same thing on roll 2, nothing new there. And 3 and 4 act the same way. Okay. So when I close this, it's going to bring up basically what did I do to the machine? Did I add different paper? You just have to tell it what you did. If you didn't do anything different, just say finish and check, and you're good to go. The inks, like I said, there's a 4-ink system, although it shows 8. They're all the same. They're double stacked inks, so you could do production printing. You get a lot of life out of these inks, unlike these guys here. If you see red, that means you're out of ink. Amber color means it's getting low in ink. And if you don't see anything, you're completely full. And I'll show you how to check that on the machine here once it's finished. So when I hit the home screen, I hit this little tab down here, hit the ink level, and you can take a look at your inks online here. Clearing a jam, pull this down. The machine, if it's kind of sticking out of this area right here, you should be able to pull it out. If not, you may have to access the back of the machine. So all you got to do is pull the rack straight back towards you. And this rack actually locks into place, so when you push it in, it'll automatically set itself. There's a blue button here, opens up the hood, and then everything should be pretty much free at that point. And typically, what I've noticed on these machines, not so much jamming back here. You may get a jam or two up in this area, in the front section. If that's the case, it's really easy just to pull right out. It typically falls right out, actually. But it actually, it works pretty good. There's not too many jams on this unit. These blue areas right here, you're supposed to kind of give it a little seat. It did not? That's good. Push that back into place, and you should be back up and running. There's an amber bar right here. And the nice thing about the unit, even if you're across the hallway or whatever, you can actually see the status bar. And amber means we're good to go. If it's a red bar, obviously there's an issue.